Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to do another easy sewing project that is easy for beginners like myself. I saw on She Sew Seams, she made a coffee cozy. She used a Starbucks cardboard, the cup holder, as her pattern, but I didn't have that. So what I decided to do is just make a rectangle. And because really I just want to practice making a cozy once I can get my hands on either, a pattern. I didn't want to pay for a pattern and I couldn't find a free one. If you can find a free one, perhaps you can let me know down below. And I didn't feel like stealing coffee holders from Starbucks either. It's like, I need this from my sewing channel. Excuse me. um, so I was like, I can sew a rectangle. And I really just wanted to practice uh sewing a button with a button, onto fabric. In the video, she makes one cozy with the Velcro, which I'm gonna do today. And then she makes another cozy with a button. And so I really want to practice sewing buttons on with my little button foot. So we're going to attempt that today. I found Kelly, another Kelly on the internet, who is sewing as well. And so I'll link her video down below. She taught me how to use my button foot, on a brother machine. So we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna learn how to sew on a button. It's gonna be great. I don't know why I had my thumbs up for that long, but I did. The sandwich that we're making with our first cozy that we're going to sew is batting, and then our fabric pieces pretty sides together, and then I cut a 3-inch piece of elastic. She had cord in her video, but I don't have cord. I have elastic, so it's just gonna have to do. And the concept of a cozy is very easy. You just sew along the edges, leave an opening so you can turn it right side out, obviously after you cut the excess off. And because you're using batting, you could even make a quilting pattern on it. You can make it very fancy and super cute, especially if you're giving it away as a gift. All right, so let me switch you around so you can, we love the sewing action on these sewing channels. So I'll move you so you guys can watch me sew this little guy up, and then we'll flip him, we'll press him, and then we'll sew a button on. I'm so excited. All right, be right back. Oh, helpful if you turned your machine on, Cal. Oh, I didn't backstitch. Oh. Rookie mistake. No. Should have clipped this thing all the way around. And I didn't. And now I'm paying for it. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right, Cal, you got this. Well, that was a disaster. I don't know who I thought I was, that I could sew this without clipping it together. um, I'm gonna trim the edges now. I really struggle with, batting. Hats off to you, amazing quilters out there that, use this stuff all the time and do a really good job with it. Because it's not me. Oh my God. And it's not even like you can see like the fabric as always whenever I work with batting started to shift on me, give me problems. Even sewing incredibly slow. It gave me issues. So I don't know. Uh, I guess the struggle continues, guys. Okay. So let's flip our friend around inside out or right side out. I thought, well, first, success with our little button loop, but I thought I had these pretty sides together, but I didn't. This is the wrong side of the fabric. It's a lot more vibrant and brighter. And also, I thought I thought this would be covered when I sewed it. And so, well, now we know that this has to be the inside of a cozy. Uh, because it definitely can't be the outside. Okay, well, problem solved there. So I'm gonna go press this, and then we're gonna close this up as well, and then we're gonna practice sewing our little button on, which I'm very excited for. So be right back. Okay, so I pressed our friend that actually looks like a giant bookmark, and I did really shoddy top stitching. Because I was so excited to get the button foot on that I was like, let me just do it real quick. I'm gonna switch my feet and get our button all prepped. I've got to pick a button. I have these plain white buttons, which might work. But then I also ordered like a button multi-pack from Amazon. And so I think we could maybe get a really cute pink button going here that kind of matches. Oh, but this one has four. Ooh. Oh no, I only watched a video tutorial with two. So I don't know that we could do a button that has several. I mean, I guess I can only assume that you just move it, right? You sew the first two holes, then you move it down and do the other tools, right? That's what I'm assuming, but we're not going to risk it today. We've already botched our little cozy by putting the fabric wrong side out and our busted um top stitching. But I think this little button might do. I think it should be big enough, but this isn't the right, this is kind of like a peach color and that's pink color. I think we're gonna go with this guy just to play it safe, but it's kind of boring. This pack, it was well rated on Amazon, but what else? Before I move you to see the button sewing process better, I did want to show you something that I didn't know was on my machine. I didn't know that there was a lever to move your feed dogs. Is that what it's called? Feed dogs? Dog feeds? I don't know. Sewing terminology is not my forte. But you have to move this all the way over to remove them from the panel up here, which I was like, what? I didn't know this was back here. So if you didn't know, now you do. Okay, so you're probably wondering, Kelly, you picked that beige button. And yes, I did. And then I realized it was too fat to slide under the button foot. So we switched to this pretty purple one, which I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. I mean, I think it looks cute still. And again, guys, we sewed a comfy, cozy Is it the greatest one? No. Like all my things. They're, they serve their purpose. They're just not pretty or perfect, which is fine. They're for me and I love them. And every time I have a hot, coffee, I'll be fine. I'm gonna see what other things it fits around. I actually wanted to make these because my hands, I have poor circulation in my hands and feet, and they're always cold. So I actually don't mind touching hot things. I usually like love it. It's the cold stuff that hurts my hands. But I think you saw me struggle with aligning the button, and then every time I pulled it out, the bobbin thread would snap, and I was like, "What the hell?" So third time was the charm. I replaced the bobbin. It's a pink thread, so on the bottom, the inside of this is a little janky, but that's okay. But we did succeed in making our little mug cozy. I think it might fit around like a Coke can. I'm going to try that as well later. But let's move on to our Velcro friend. I'm going to sew it, press it, and everything together. We will meet back here when we're ready to attach the Velcro. Houston, we have a problem. So I pressed our friend, did the janky top stitching. um, And then I was like, okay, I wanted it for my little Alani. I love the Alani new energy drinks. I think the owner is actually an influencer who then started her own brand of energy drinks, and they are my absolute favorite. My favorite flavor is the witch's brew that comes out every October. I buy cans and cans and cans. And then I drank them all and now I don't have any left. But the orange kiss flavor is really, really good. But anyways, side note, um, I was like, let's make sure she fits. And if I had done the button for this one, we'd be okay. It actually closes. It's just I'm not holding it correctly. However, it's it when I first tested it on it, before I trimmed everything, it fit perfect and it had enough extra that it could, fold over it and I could do the Velcro. But sadly, she will not fit like this. And I already closed her up and flipped her around. So I can't do the button loop. I mean, I could attach it outside and, you know, it'll just be our little, secret. I mean, it'll look kind of extra janky because I mean, I'll pick my favorite side, I guess. And then I could put the little button loop in there. Uh, I don't know, guys. And I don't think that this is too wide. I think that you're too wide for our skinny little can friend. Nope, she's too wide. I could put the Velcro on this and redo it. Well, worst case, I can just wrap it around. It's like my own personal uh what's the oven mitt, but not an oven mitt, a can mitt. Oh, no, guys. Oh my God. Oh. I mean, all I have to do though is make it, a little bit longer than I did. I got to look up the measurements that I used and then, extend it by probably maybe like an inch just to be safe. Well, we live to sew another day. Thank you guys for all, I know, as always, for watching your comments. You are just the sweetest subscribers that anyone could ask for. I'm so grateful for you all always watching my silly videos. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, it's me again. I know I just said goodbye, but I had to show you this. Here, let me show you the inside, and I hope it makes you laugh. I hope you have a great day. Bye.